Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be breaking down the Nhl Dfs slate for Wednesday, January 18th. We got ourselves a 5-game slate here tonight where I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite line stacks, some of my favorite individual plays, and some of my favorite value plays, and then we'll wrap up today's video talking a little prize picks. With that being said, let's dive into my spreadsheet here. And we're going to kick things off here like we always do in the top left-hand corner with those highest implied game totals, where you can see just one of these games coming in with an implied total of 6.5 goals, 3 games coming in at 6 goals even, and then this game between the Bruins and Islanders coming in at 5.5. And then take a look down here at the Vegas odds, where you can see each team who's favored to win tonight. And here's a quick schedule update for the rest of this week. Again, we'll be making a video today. Tomorrow we'll be taking Friday off, being that it's just a 2-game NHL slate, but plan to do something for you guys on Saturday as well. With that being said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for tonight, starting with that first line for the Dallas Stars. We got Sagan centering Robertson and Pavelski. Ever since Roope Hintz went down with an injury 5 games ago, we've seen Sagan replace him on that first line in #1 power play, and well, he doesn't have the same chemistry that Roope Hintz does with these two wingers. He has played pretty damn well here over the past 5 games. These three in general have actually played pretty well together with 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points over their past 5, essentially averaging 3 points per game, and have a great matchup to expand on that here tonight versus San Jose Sharks, who've allowed 3.71 goals per game this season, the 4th most in the NHL. And then a line stack I like going back to here, highlighted them the other night, is that second line for the Pittsburgh Penguins. We got Malkin centering Zucker and Raquel. This line had themselves a big performance the other night, having combined for 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points, while racking up 13 shots on net. They do catch a Senators team here tonight that has slumped defensively as of late, having allowed 4.60 goals per game over their past 5. You're going to see Malkin and Raquel play up on the #1 power play. Zucker plays down on the second, but these three will log big minutes together, 5-on-5. Now folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. And don't forget, I do have that Discord channel too. If you want to join that, there's a link to do so in the description below. We got a great group of people in there talking some hockey, talking some other sports too, and talking some prize picks as well. Alright, now diving into some of these individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards. The first guy I got there is Tim Stützle of the Ottawa Senators, and I like targeting this game in general between the Sens and Pens here tonight. Definitely think there's some high scoring potential there. Stützle has been awesome as of late and really been great all year long. 40 points in 39 games. You can see here in his past 10, he's racked up 9 goals, 3 assists, 12 points, while averaging around 3.5 shots on net per game. We're going to see him play up on that first line and play on that #1 power play. And Pittsburgh is still playing their backup goaltenders in either Casey DeSmith or Dustin Tokarski tonight, so I certainly don't mind that for the Sens. I then got Braden Point there of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and I like targeting this #1 power play for the Lightning in general here tonight, which has been hot as of late, scoring on 54.6% of their chances over their past 4 games. Yes, I know that number is not sustainable going forward, but they have been on a heater as of late, and I'm not afraid to target that, especially in a matchup like this against the Vancouver Canucks, who have legitimately had the worst penalty kill all year long, and we've been targeting that all year long. Their penalty kills hit at just a 66.7% rate on the season. And Braden Point's been playing some really good hockey himself as of late. 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points here over his past 10 games, and you can see 6 of those points there have come on the power play. And that really goes hand in hand with playing Brandon Hagel here at $5,600. Not only do these guys play together on that first line, but play on that #1 power play as well. Could certainly do a little mini stack there if you wanted to, and a lot more affordable than I thought it would be. Could even mix in someone like Victor Hedman or their other line mate in Nikita Kucherov. You can see Hagel's played well up on that first line in #1 power play. In just his last 10 games, he's racked up 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points, with 3 of those points coming on the power play. Now, one opportunity play that I like going back to here, especially at this price, is Evan Rodriguez of the Colorado Avalanche. As long as he remains on that first line with Nathan MacKinnon, McKinnon. Now, being that Valeri Nichushkin has come back for the Colorado Avalanche, we've seen Rodriguez get bumped down to the number 2 power play, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he still sprinkles in on that number 1 power play. The Avalanche will do that from time to time. We could see someone like him and Lehkonen kind of split the reps on that number 1 power play. Either way, he's going to get time on the number 2 power play as well. And like I said, as long as he's playing on that first line with McKinnon, I do like him at this price. He's racked up 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points here in his past 10 games, while averaging around 3.5 shots on net per game. And then I got JT Miller there of the Vancouver Canucks, and I had initially put Brock Besser here at $4,400. I do like the price savings with him, but then I looked and it doesn't look like Besser's currently playing on the number 1 power play. It looked like it was Garland last game, which is kind of why I got him as a low-priced option. But Vancouver shuffles things so often. Let's keep an eye on their lineups here before puck drop tonight. If we do get word that Besser's going to play up on the number 1 power play, I'd probably pivot to him at the cheaper price tag. But if he's down on the second power play, I do like JT Miller here, who plays on that first line and plays on the number 1 power play and really has been solid all year long. 38 points in 43 games, while averaging around 11 DraftKings points per game. Not bad at all considering he's only priced here at $5,000. So again, let's just keep an eye on the Vancouver Canucks lineup here tonight. If it's Besser on the number 1 power play, I do like him at the cheaper price tag. Now, moving over here to the defensemen, and there are a few top-tier defensemen that I wouldn't mind paying up for, but I really like this 4 to 5K range here for defensemen tonight. Think there's a lot of value being offered there. One guy that I like is Miro Heiskanen of the Dallas Stars. Highlighted that matchup earlier against the San Jose Sharks, which I do like, and we could pair Miro with some of those forwards on that number 1 power play, or just play him as a one-off play. It's a guy who plays around 25-26 minutes per night in all situations. Again, on the power play, plays on the penalty kill, and someone who can definitely get on the score sheet, as he's racked up 34 points in 42 games this year. You can see in just his past 10, he's racked up 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points, while averaging around 3.5 shots on net per game. Now with Victor Hedman here, while he'd be a fine one-off play as well, I really do love that matchup against the Vancouver Canucks, considering how bad their penalty kill has been, so I do want to stack him up with some forwards on that number 1 power play. Hedman's been solid, especially as of late. He started the season a little slow, but has gotten back to his old ways here as of late. He's got 11 points here in his past 10 with 1 goal, 10 assists, 11 points, with 4 of those points coming on the power play. And then with Ty Smith there, basically the same plan of attack, stacking him up with forwards on that number 1 power play. Again, not to say you couldn't play him as a one-off, especially at this price here, $4,300, but most of his chances and opportunities do come on that number 1 power play. Now, do note, I believe Jeff Petrie is expected back here tonight for the Penguins. He hasn't played in, I believe, 15-something games, so I doubt they're going to force him back into that number 1 power play role, but do keep an eye on that. If he does end up playing on that number 1 power play and Smith gets bumped down to the second, I do not like Ty Smith nowhere near as much as I do at the moment. And then I got a few goaltender options there for you. Now with Linus Ullmark, he's my favorite goalie play here tonight. I still think he's too cheap at $8,200 considering how good he's been this year. He's got a record of 23-2-1 with a goals allowed average of 1.92 and a save percentage of .936. Absolutely ridiculous numbers there. And considering the matchup as well against the New York Islanders with an implied total of 5.5, I like that as well. Now, if I'm looking for some tournament or GPP goaltenders, Alexander Georgiev and Ilya Sorokin stuck out to me at their prices, $7,500 and $7,200. Yes, Sorokin is playing opposite of Ullmark, but we've seen all year from him. He's a guy that can get us 20, 25, even 30-plus DraftKings points, and I don't mind that considering the price at $7,200. But again, both of those guys would be tournament only for me. And as always, going to wrap up this spreadsheet here with 3 low-priced options or sub-4K forward plays. First guy I got there is Connor Garland, who I kind of name-dropped earlier when I was talking about JT Miller. He's currently playing up on that first line, but has been bouncing back and forth between the first and second power play. Either way, he will get time on the special teams. He's got 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points here in his past 10 games, and has hit 3x value at this current price in 5 of his last 11 games. Next is Josh Norris there of the Ottawa Senators. This will be his first game back since October 22nd, so there might be a little rust here. However, he has been skating for the last month, so his legs should be 100% okay. It's just going to be that offensive upside. Probably going to take him a few games to get that back, but considering the price here at $3,300 in the matchup against the Penguins, which does have some high scoring potential, I certainly don't mind him at that price. And then Nick Bonino there of the San Jose Sharks currently plays on the third line in number 2 power play. He's racked up 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points here in his past 18 games. Again, kind of an odd statistic, but prior to that, he had just 3 assists in his prior 20 games, so he's kind of found his offensive groove here as of late. And then to wrap up this video here, want to talk a little prize picks with you guys. Now, got some good value sticking out to me here as I record this morning, so I'm going to try and get these props out to you guys as soon as possible. You guys know my plan of attack here. I do my research and then let you know my final picks in a comment below on this video, and I'll be sure to pin that comment as well. But don't forget, I am posting those in my Discord channel too, and if you want to join that, there's a link to do so in the description below. Now, for those of you who have not signed up for prize picks yet but want to get in on this action, I got a promo code that you should definitely take advantage of. When you're signing up, use my promo code GRIFF, GRIFF, and prize picks will give you all the way up to a $100 match deposit. Now again, you do not have to put $100 in either. If you want to put in 50, they'll match 50. You want to put in 20, they'll match that $20, and will match anything up to $100. Again, as long as you're using my promo code GRIFF, GRIFF, upon signing up. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 5-game slate. In the meantime, I'm out of here.